Bobby Bonger here, and today, the playoffs are just around the corner, and the predictions are in. First, though, let's recap the season. Last week wasn't too bad. Overall, I think my season's good, but I don't finalize my numbers till playoffs and Super Bowl is done. Notable teams, Browns. Those Cleveland Browns, they just find a way to screw up. Like, they had it. Against the Steelers, they had the game. Maybe it wouldn't have been a touchdown, maybe. But on that final drive, Deshaun Kaiser makes a great play, and then has a choice. He can run, and he'll get the first down. He'll get those 2 yards. Or he can throw to a wide receiver who is wide open. And he decides to throw the ball. It's perfect. It's got the right spiral. It goes straight into his hands, perfectly on target. The guy drops it, and the Steelers win. I mean, at the very least, it would have given the Browns overtime. I can't think of any other way this season should have ended for them. That about sums everything up for them. The Cowboys, a team I really liked going in, they got ruined. I mean, honestly, on this season, I'm gonna blame the distractions, because it was just terrible. You could tell Ezekiel Elliott, those distractions were getting to him, because his attitude was just so insanely subdued. When he did the feed me thing, he'd used to go, and now it's like, there's just no intensity left. And that has to do with with a terrible job by the commissioner to actually believe that woman. The evidence was just thrown away in that trial. Anyway, you came here for Wildcard Predictions. I got him. Now, one thing I've noticed about the playoffs, there's always one wildcard team. Sometimes there's more, but there's always that one wild card that you don't expect to win a game that actually wins a game and knocks off the team that you were sure was going to go all the way. So I had to decide who that was. Would it be the Bills? The Titans? The Falcons? The Panthers? I mean, the most alluring option there is the Panthers, because they're the best team in there. But they're up against the Saints. And the Saints are a really good team that knows how to beat the Panthers. It's a divisional rivalry, so anything can happen. But I think the Saints are just too good of a team to lose like this, especially with the playoff experience they already have. And usually I don't count that for too much, but with Drew Brees and his Saints, I do. The next most alluring option, I guess it would be the Falcons. It's kind of tough to say because I don't like them either. And they're up against the Rams. I mean, this is 2 very, very similar teams, and one just happens to have the better quality, and that's the Rams. My main concern for the Rams is that they had their starters sit out the last week, and in my experience, that never, ever ends well. But I just have to give it to them. They are too complete of a team. They have the best offense, one of the best defenses. I just can't comfortably say that the Rams are going to lose. So, the Rams have got to win. What's the next most likely team to win? Titans. Titans against Chiefs. Oh, the Chiefs. I know they have a history of being bad in the playoffs. That doesn't really mean anything to me, because I don't believe in it whatsoever. Oh, and against so many teams, I would take the Chiefs to win. But I think the matchup here is just so much in the Titans' favor. Like, when I have seen the Chiefs struggle, it has been against teams that can run the ball. And the Titans focus obsessively on running the ball. Like, it might be a little unhealthy how much they run the ball. And I know in the playoffs, the running game and the defense tend to gain importance. So, the Titans are going to win this game. They're going to control that clock, force the Chiefs' hand, and edge out a victory before they go on to lose. Well, we got our one wildcard team winning. Can we make it two? Bills versus Jaguars. No. I mean, for one, the entirety of the Bills' offense rests on LaShawn McCoy. And he is a very good running back. And he's performed well. But he also just had an injury, and that is going to weaken him in some form. Not to mention, the Jaguars have a pretty good defense, and I can't imagine the Bills getting anything going against the Jaguars. Meanwhile, the Bills have just fell apart, as we all know, and the defense that used to be good and could have kept them in the game against the Jaguars was decimated when they got rid of that one guy, and now they can't keep up with the Jaguars. They don't have the defense to deal with them. Otherwise, this would have been my wild card winner, because I only have one this year. I kind of had to reach for the Chiefs losing, but I think that's a distinct possibility. Here, there is no distinct possibility. Jaguars win. Okay. And that's step one of the playoffs, with more on the way. Well, if you guys disagree, tell me in the comments, and I'll see you next time. G'day.